Today I'm going to be briefly discussing my opinion on a particular matter, which is, does the development of modern technology actually bring more harm than good? So, for me, I think that it actually brings much good, and I have three reasons why I think that. So, my first reason is it helps us in our daily activities, it makes them easier. So, let's take a simple example like dishwashing. Nowadays, some households already have like that dishwashing machine, and so all they need to do is scrape the food off, and then they can just put it in, and the machine will wash the dishes for them. Now, this saves time, energy, it's much more effective, and it makes this particular chore easier to do on a daily basis. My second reason is because actually robots can help us produce higher quality products, and that means we can buy higher quality products in the market. And this is because robots don't have human error. So, like for example, they don't get nervous and have shaky hands and things like that. So, when a robot perhaps is printing a pattern on a packaging, well, it's going to be perfect because they run on a program. Meanwhile, like for us, if we draw it by hand, we can make like a mistake somewhere or draw a weird line somewhere. And that's why we can actually get higher quality products if we use robots, and usually they can do that in like a fraction of the time rather than if we do it manually. Okay, so for my third reason, it's actually because we can have a more ethical and environmentally friendly market as well. So, for example, lab grown gems. So, when you actually make jewelry with natural gems, of course, those gems are actually mined. And there are two problems with mining. First of all, we don't know whether or not any human rights have been violated because, as we know, mines can be very dangerous and some people might just be forced into mining. And another thing is, as of course, it's bad for the environment. And with lab grown gems, with the current technology, we can grow gems in the lab, and so we can actually have a sustainable and environmentally friendly fashion industry. However, I will admit that there is a downside to the development of modern technology. And for me personally, the biggest or major problem about it for me is that it can cause unemployment. And as we know, like AI, robots, they can actually take away the jobs that humans once had. And I'm going to give a simple example. For example, like in the malls, I believe in the past there might have been some people who are waiting to give the parking tickets. However, nowadays we never see that anymore. All we need to do is press the button and then we can get the parking ticket. Now, these former workers, they actually have experienced unemployment, they lost their jobs, and this is of course bad, not just for them, but the entire society and also the economy. Because when there is like few people who have jobs, they don't have like enough purchasing power to buy like lots of things, and so who will buy the products that firms produce? And so it will be bad for the economy. The entire economy will be stuck to some extent, and so it's very bad. And my suggestion would be to provide training and like job trainings for those who need it, so that like humans can compete with robots, so that these people can actually land in higher quality jobs that will not be taken away by robots. And I especially think this is important for like people who have perhaps been born into poverty or who can't afford high education, like a high level of education, because some people can't afford it, and that's why we need to help them to get that education so that they can still survive and so that our economy can continue to grow as well. So I think that, in conclusion, the development of modern technology, it brings much good, and it can bring more good than harm as long as we deal with the major problem it gives, which is unemployment. And we can do that by giving them job trainings.